Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we'll talk about the upcoming character Boothill. He's a 5-star physical hunt character. His basic attacks deals physical damage equal to 100% of Boothill's attack to a single enemy. However, there's really no benefit in using it at all, so it's a hard pass on that one. Unless you're facing a specific scenario like using it against aventurine dices or something like that. Boothill's true power lies in his skill and the talent synergy. So basically when he activates his skill, Boothill and the target enemy enter what's called the standoff state. During this state, Boothill and the enemy focus solely on each other. The enemy can only attack Boothill, while Boothill can only attack the enemy. And the damage the enemy receives increases by 30% and 50% for Boothill. The standoff state lasts until one of three things happen. The enemy defeated, become weakness broken, or 2 turns pass, and he gets 1 stack of pocket trick shot. This is also taking into account allies if they defeat or weakness break the target. He'll still get the stack. We'll get to these stacks later on when discussing his talent. While locked in this state, Boothill's basic attacks gets a major upgrade. His enhanced basic attacks deal physical damage equal to 220% of Boothill's attack to a single enemy target. For his talent, each stack of pocket trick shot boosts the enhanced basic attack toughness, reducing damage by 50% with a maximum of 3 stacks. If the target is already weakness broken when the enhanced basic attack is unleashed, each stack of pocket trick shots adds additional brick damage. This extra damage amount equal to 70% for 1 stack, or 120% for 2, and 170% for 3 stacks based off Boothill's physical brick damage. However, there's a limit to the maximum toughness accounted for this attack. It cannot exceed 16 times the base toughness reducing damage dealt by Boothill's basic attacks known as Skull Crush Spurs. Also, after winning the battle, Boothill retains his pocket trick shot stacks for the next one. The utilization of his ultimate ability is rather straightforward. Apply physical weakness to the target enemy lasting for 2 turns, while simultaneously dealing physical damage equal to 400% of Boothill's attack to the target and delays their action by 40%. After the technique is used when using the skill for the first time in the next battle, add physical weakness to the target lasting for 2 turns. And for the traces, A2 increases Boothill's crit rate by 10% and crit damage by 50%. These increasements are directly tied to his break effect, with a maximum increase of 30% of critical rate and 150% for the critical damage. A4 decreases the damage this character receives from targets not in the standoff state by 30%. And for A6, when the pocket trick shot is obtained via the talent in the standoff stage regenerates 10 energy, this effect also triggers upon accumulating pocket trick shot stacks beyond the maximum limit. And for the Eidolons, E1 at the start of the battle obtain 1 stack of pocket trick shots, allowing Boothill to deal damage that ignores 16% of enemy target's defense. E2, when pocket trick shot is obtained through the talent during the standoff, regenerates 1 skill point. This will help the team's skill point consumption and increases his break effect by 30% for 2 turns. This effect can activate 1 time and also will be triggered when obtaining pocket trick shot stacks that exceed the maximum. E4, when Boothills attack the enemy in standoff, their received damage increases by 12%. Conversely, when Boothills is targeted by the standoff enemy, the effect of receiving more damage is reduced by 12% on him. In E6, upon triggering the talent's break damage, also there's break damage to the target equal to 40% of the original damage multiplier, and to the adjacent targets equal to 70% of the original damage multiplier, turning him to a distraction character. So if you like Boothill's kit and you want to max him out, this is what you need. When it comes to his build, it's crucial to understand that Boothill operates differently from your typical DPS characters, requiring a unique approach to his build. Prioritizing break effect is the most effective way to enhance Boothill's damage output due to his A2. Any break effect Boothill possesses will be converted into critical rate and crit damage, capped at 300 break effect for a total of 3% of crit rate and 150% crit damage. While 300 BE might seem like a lot, it's feasible to reach 250% break effect with the right supports and relic sets without relying on substats, and even surpass 300 if you manage to get his lightcones. So it's advisable to not overinvest in crit. Equipping a crit rate chest piece and focusing on break effect in your substats is the optimal way. Achieving 300 BE translates to 69 crit rate and 200 critical damage, meeting the standard DPS crit goal, where also Boothills gain additional benefits from breaking with that 300 BE, which is really significant. Speed is also a crucial crucial factor in Boothill's build as it enables him to make more turns when enemies are weakness broken. Equipping a speed boost is recommended along with physical or attack percentage orb and obviously a break effect link. Regarding stat priority, BE and speed should be prioritized equally. It's essential to reach 300 break effect with all the buffs active. As for speed, the recommendation varies depending on whether you're planning to acquire Boothill's lightcone. If so, aim for 161 speed, otherwise 145 speed is your goal, though reaching 161 without sacrificing break effect is preferable over crit. And lastly, attack percentage. For the relic sets, it's essential to keep in mind that while several options are available, there's a leaked set expected to release in 2.3, therefore I wouldn't recommend investing heavily in relics farming at the moment. Just focus on acquiring something decent for now. Currently, Boothill's best-in-slot relic set is Thief, offering a 32% increase in break effect along with 3 energy upon inflicting weakness break on an enemy. Alternatively, a combination of 2-piece break effect relics or a mix of 2-piece break effect and a 2-piece speed can also be effective. Paired with Talia, provides an additional 16% increase in break effect with an extra 20% boost when his speed reaches 145 or higher. Another option is Resilient Arena set, guaranteeing an 8% crit rate increase along with a 20% boost in basic attacks and skill damage when Boothill's critical rate is 70 or higher. When considering his light cones, Boothill's signature light cones stand out as his top choice, offering a 60% increase in break effect along with the damage dealt by him ignores 20% of the target's defense. Additionally, if Boothill's break effect in the battle exceeds 150%, his speed gets a 12% boost. It's really tough to find a replacement that matches its effectiveness as a free-to-play. However, Boothill can still perform admirably with alternatives such as a cruising in the Stellar Sea. This light cone boosts the crit rate by 16% with an additional 16% against enemy with the HP at or below 50%. Moreover, defeating an enemy increases attack by 40% for 2 turns. Another viable option is S5 swordplay, which increases the damage dealt by 16% for each consecutive hit on the same target, stacking up to 5 times. Subscribe for more is a decent option as well if you have it on S5, along with the only silence remains in the final victor. These alternatives can still enhance Boothill's performance, especially when coupled with suitable relic sets and well-invested teams. Now let's talk team comps. Ruan may stand out as Boothill's premier support, and she's a must-have companion whenever he's in action. If you manage to have her kit offers everything Boothill's needs: weakness break efficiency, speed boost, resistance penetration, and team-wide break effect boost. She's practically tailor-made for him. With Bronya, ideally you want her to be one less speed than Boothill to ensure they synchronize their turns effectively. To truly double his turns, it is damage. Otherwise, a speed gap might allow enemies to recover from the weakness breaks between Boothill's attacks, although Sparkle is a viable choice for this slot, specifically Hyperspeed Sparkle, but Bronya still holds the edge here. The final slot in Sustainer works well. If the enemy has a fire vulnerability, Gallagher will definitely be a stronger option. Since no other sustain can boost break damage right now, he also heals in his burst, apply Besotted on enemies, taking more break damage and healing the attacking ally. Additionally, his enhanced basic attacks decreases the enemy's attack, offering a further damage mitigation. This team composition is versatile and formidable, capable of handling various challenges. Against imaginary weak enemies, Harmony MC becomes invaluable and can replace Bronya. He significantly boosts the team's break effect and further amplifies Boothill's break damage. If you have him with 200 break effect, he gives 16% BE for free, which opens up a few offensive substat roles instead of going for too much break effect in your build. In the absence of Bronya, Pela or Silverwolf serves as a generic defense shredders, enhancing Boothill's damage output. Hania also shines in this lineup. She will help Boothill in breaking enemies and providing speed boosts, additional skill points and attack bonuses, and also increased damage to the target. Their synergy is as perfect, especially Boothill's focuses only on hitting the same target repeatedly. Overall, Boothill is an incredibly promising character, offering straightforward building mechanics compared to other DPS counterpart in this game. As a hunt character, he excels as a strong single target damage dealer, making him a prime choice for decimating bosses and clearing Memory of Chaos. And that's also his weakness, because he struggles against AoE oriented content such as a pure fiction or bosses that summons ads, and you have to deal with them first to make the boss start taking damage. His E6 fixed this problem, but let's be honest here, it's really expensive. That's it for the video guys. If you find it helpful, please leave a like and subscribe for more content in the future. Thanks for watching guys, and see you in the next one. Bye.